Right, so welcome to the deep dive. We love to dig into stuff that you send our way.
We do.
And today, we're going deep on the Connecticut Cannabis Small Business Alliance.
CCSBA?
Yeah, CCSBA.
Yeah.
They're focused on supporting these small businesses.
Especially in cannabis.
Right. But what's really interesting to me is this whole AI angle that they have going on.
Yeah, it seems like they're going way beyond just the usual, workshops and networking events. I mean, they're giving small businesses access to, really powerful AI tools.
And, we've got all your sources here,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Their website, event descriptions. We've even got some of the lists of resources and tools that they offer.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
Yeah, and I think one of the first things that jumps out is that CCSBA is actually a nonprofit organization.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're working towards 501c3 status, and their whole mission is about empowering these small businesses, specifically in Connecticut.
Okay.
But they definitely have, they've got a passion for cannabis, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, making it a responsible, equitable industry, I think, is something that benefits everyone.
Absolutely, and that whole community focus is a huge part of their mission statement.
For sure.
They do so much. They offer educational resources, networking events, even advocacy tools.
Advocacy tools.
Yeah, but the thing that really sets them apart is these AI solutions they're offering.
Okay, so let's get into the AI stuff.
Let's do it.
They've developed a whole suite of tools that are designed specifically for cannabis businesses.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, can you imagine you're a small business owner
Right.
and you're trying to create a new product? You could use their Cannabis GPT to research different strains,
Oh, wow.
look at market trends, get guidance on how to formulate the product.
So it's like having a team of experts right there in your computer.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Think about it. A small business owner can suddenly access, that really sophisticated data analysis and market research they used to only get from big companies.
Right.
With huge budgets. And now it's available to everybody.
So they're really trying to, I guess, democratize access is what it sounds like.
That's exactly what they're doing, democratizing AI and giving everybody a chance to succeed.
So is this we keep talking about how AI is going to change things. Could this be like a game changer for small businesses?
I think so.
Not just in cannabis, but everywhere.
It could be. It really could be. And it seems like CCSBA thinks so too, because they've developed tools for everything from, generating business plans to creating training manuals to even navigating complex legislation.
That's huge, especially for a small business owner.
Absolutely. The legislation writer and compiler GPT is a perfect example of that.
Okay.
Because it actually breaks down all that complex legal jargon and regulations, makes it way easier for these small business owners to understand what they need to do to stay compliant.
So it's like having a lawyer.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just the legal side of things either. They've got tools like social media GPT
Yeah, I was looking at that one.
and mass email GPT to help with marketing and outreach. And for a small business owner who's just trying to get the word out,
Trying to,
get their name out there, that can be a lifesaver in terms of time and money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, think about it. Who couldn't use a little help with their social media sometimes?
So it's like they're acknowledging those challenges that every small business faces, no matter what industry they're in.
Exactly. And they're finding practical ways to use AI to solve them.
Okay, so now we've talked a lot about the tools, but what about this whole community aspect? I mean, they're not just giving people software and saying good luck.
Right. It's not just about the technology. It's about building a support system around it.
Okay.
So they host these monthly networking events where members can connect with each other.
So you can actually meet other people.
You can actually meet other people face to face.
Yeah.
Share resources, learn from shared experiences. They're creating this really strong sense of community, which is so valuable, especially for an industry like cannabis that's still, relatively new and facing a lot of uncertainty.
And they have that event coming up, right, at an illicit brewing company.
That's right, November 3rd.
Sounds like a fun way to connect with other businesses in the cannabis world.
Definitely. And learn more about what CCSBA has to offer.
I mean, it's not just about giving people tools. They're actually building this network.
That's right.
It's an ecosystem where small businesses can access these AI resources, but also find support mentorship, a sense of belonging within a community.
Exactly. And you can't underestimate the power of that human connection.
I think you're right.
Imagine you're facing a challenge with your business. It's so helpful to be able to turn to a network of your peers who've been there, done that, and are willing to help.
That's huge.
It really is.
So CCSBA, it's not just AI. It's about people coming together.
Yeah.
To support each other, build a better industry.
Exactly. It's this really compelling combination of cutting-edge technology, and that good old-fashioned human connection.
It's a good mix.
It is a potent mix.
Speaking of potent mixes, let's get into their flagship AI offering, Cannabis GPT.
Okay.
I'm curious to learn more about how this can actually help small businesses make smarter decisions, especially when it comes to developing new products.
Well, from what I've gathered from the materials you provided, Cannabis GPT is like a virtual consultant for cannabis businesses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can analyze huge amounts of data on different strains, genetic makeup, their effects, market trends.
So, let's say I'm a dispensary owner.
Right.
And I want to develop a new line of edibles.
Okay.
I could use this tool to research which strains are popular for edibles, see what kind of flavors, dosages are trending in the market.
Exactly.
Even get recommendations for sourcing ingredients.
It's amazing for a small business to have that level of access to information and expertise. It's huge.
So it's like a whole team of market researchers, product developers, all rolled into one.
Pretty much. And it allows them to make these really data-driven decisions about product development, marketing, pricing.
Now, I'm sure we have listeners out there who are like, okay, this sounds great.
Right.
But AI is intimidating. Can someone with no tech experience actually use these tools?
That's a great question. And honestly, it's something that CCSBA has clearly thought about a lot.
Okay.
From the way they describe these tools on their website, it seems like they've really put in the effort to make them user-friendly.
So they're intuitive.
Intuitive even for people who aren't super tech-savvy.
So it goes back to that whole democratizing access.
Exactly.
Making it accessible.
It's not just about making the technology available. It's about making it usable for everybody.
And making sure that people aren't intimidated by it.
Yeah, they're breaking down those barriers to entry and giving small businesses the tools they need to compete with those bigger companies.
Who have more resources.
But maybe not the same level of agility and innovation that a small business has.
So we've been talking a lot about cannabis, but these tools could benefit businesses way beyond that.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what's so exciting about this whole approach.
Yeah.
If they can successfully empower small businesses in such a complex and evolving industry like cannabis,
right,
there's no reason why this model couldn't be replicated in other sectors.
Totally. I mean, think about restaurants, retail stores, even nonprofits.
Absolutely.
Could use a tool like the business plan generator or that social media GPT.
Yeah, the possibilities are really endless. Imagine a small restaurant owner using AI to analyze their menu.
To see what's selling?
Yeah, identify their most popular dishes, get suggestions for new menu items based on customer preferences.
Or a bookstore, giving personalized recommendations to their customers.
Exactly. It could revolutionize the way small businesses operate and interact with their customers.
And CCSBA is at the forefront of that.
We really are.
They're showing the world that AI can be this force for good, for empowerment, for community building.
That's right.
It's not about automation replacing jobs. It's about augmenting human capabilities.
And creating opportunities. And they're doing it in a way that's both innovative and responsible. They're not just throwing technology at the problem.
Right.
They're really carefully curating these tools that are specifically designed to address the needs of small businesses and help them thrive.
So as we kind of wrap up this part of our deep dive into CCSBA, let's bring it back to our listeners.
Okay.
Why should they care about all this?
Yeah.
What can they take away from it?
I think there are a few key takeaways here. First, it highlights the incredible potential of AI to empower small businesses and really level the playing field. CCSBA is demonstrating that AI is no longer a luxury for big corporations.
Yep.
It's becoming an essential tool for any business that wants to succeed in the 21st century.
And it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the way it's being used. They're using AI to solve real-world problems to create real benefits.
They're not just talking about the future of AI, they're building it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it in a way that's inclusive and accessible.
I like it. The second takeaway, I think, is the importance of community.
Absolutely.
CCSBA is showing us that technology is even more powerful.
Yes.
When it's combined with human connection and a shared sense of purpose.
They're fostering community.
Yeah.
Where small businesses can learn, grow, and support each other.
That's something that we all could use a little bit more of.
Couldn't agree more. It's about collaboration, not competition.
Yeah.
It's about sharing knowledge and resources, not hoarding them. And it's about lifting each other up, not tearing each other down.
Yeah, I like that. And finally, CCSBA's story, I think, gives us this glimpse of what the future of business support might actually look like.
It does.
A future where technology and community are working together.
Hand in hand.
To empower entrepreneurs, foster innovation, create a more equitable and thriving economy?
It's a future where small businesses have access to the same level of support and resources as their larger counterparts.
Where they can actually compete.
Where they can compete on a level playing field and truly thrive.
And that's something worth striving for.
Absolutely.
It's great to see that they're actually putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
They're not just talking about empowering these businesses. They're really giving them the tools and the resources that they need.
And in a way that's tailored to the needs of the cannabis industry. You know,
Right.
They understand the challenges these businesses are facing, like navigating those regulations.
Overcoming that stigma.
Exactly. And they're not running away from it.
Yeah.
They're embracing it and saying, hey, we're here to help you through this. And by giving them access to AI, it's like giving them this real competitive advantage.
Like, you don't need that huge budget or that team of consultants.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
got AI
With
on
that.
your side now.
It's like they're giving you this AI toolbox and saying, here are the keys.
I like that.
It is powerful.
We always talk about AI in terms of disruption,
Right.
but in this case, it's really about supporting this whole sector.
Yeah, it's a really important point. AI can be a force for good.
Absolutely.
For inclusion, for
Yeah.
economic opportunity. And CCSBA is really leading the way there.
So for our listener who sent in all this amazing information, what's the big takeaway here?
I think there are a few key takeaways. First, CCSBA shows us the power of community and collaboration.
Yeah.
They've created this space where small businesses can come together, learn from each other, and grow together.
We need more of that.
We do. That kind of support system is so valuable no matter what industry you're in.
The second takeaway for me, I think, is just the importance of embracing those new technologies.
Right.
And finding ways to use them to our advantage.
CCSBA is a perfect example of how AI can be used to empower, not just to automate.
And it's not just for the big guys.
Right.
Small businesses can use this.
Absolutely, they can. And they should be using it to level the playing field and achieve their goals.
And I think lastly, CCSBA gives us that glimpse of what the future of business support might actually look like.
It does.
That future where technology and community work together to foster innovation and create this more equitable economy.
Where small businesses have the tools and resources they need not just to survive, but to really thrive.
CCSBA is proving that that future is possible.
And that's a really exciting and inspiring message.
It is, and I think that's a great place to wrap up.
I agree.
So for our listener, we hope this deep dive has given you some food for thought if you're a small business owner or even just curious about the future of business. We encourage you to check out CCSBA. Their website's a great resource. They have a ton of information. They're always hosting events and workshops.
You might just discover the key to unlocking your own business success.
That's what it's all about.
That's what the deep dive is all about.
Thanks for listening.